So hey everyone, and in this video we are going to create this GitHub account, and then we are going to connect this GitHub account with the local Git which we installed in the last video. So to update any repository from Git to your web hosting platform like GitHub, you basically need to connect this GitHub account. This is this GitHub account which you're going to create with your local machine, so that you are authorized to upload code from this local machine to this GitHub account. So first of all, let's explore this. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tell you how you can create an account. So you can see that I would just sign out from this account, and you would see some page something like this. Okay, so what you can do is you can just sign up, and it's just like you're signing up in a social media platform. So you can just sign up. Okay, just click here and it would ask you for some basic details, and I would recommend that if you're a college student, please add your college ID, because you would get some extra benefits for using GitHub. That means you would get an access to pro features of GitHub like GitHub Copilot, which would generate AI based code for you. So it really helps a lot, and personally I use it a lot in my projects. So definitely you can check out that, and I would suggest that if you have an active college ID, so you can use that, so you get 1 year of free subscription of a lot of things. Okay, so suppose now you created an account, so now I'm simply going to sign in. Okay, now I'm going to sign in with one of my accounts which I created. So I am basically using this account. Okay, so I'm just going to sign in, and it would just sign in. Okay, so you can see that's how the dashboard would look like. So you are simply going to go here and your profile, and this is basically my profile. If you want to search me, you can just type github.com/viraj014. if you want to share your profile to someone, you can just directly share this URL. Okay, and yeah, you can just increase your network also. Here you can see that right now I have this much of followers and following, so you can definitely follow me. And also if you want to mention your social media handles, you can mention it like this, and do check out mine also. Okay, so here we can explore this a bit. You can see that this green simply means that I'm active. Okay, I have uploaded code on this specific dates. Okay, these specific dates, you can see this is 2024. If I go to 2023, you can see I have been really active here. If I go to 2022, you can see I was really less active, because yeah, I didn't knew the power of GitHub. Okay, and then if I went to 2021, you can see that I was just a beginner. Okay, so you can see that when you explore the powers of GitHub, you would simply be addicted to it. Okay, so yeah, you can see that that's the progress. If I show you 2023 and 24, you can see I'm most active here. Okay, so it would really help you. Like suppose if in future you are applying for a job and someone sees your GitHub profile. So I've just made a very basic GitHub profile. I can add more details about me later on, but right now you can see that if anyone watches your GitHub profile, they would know, yeah, this guy knows how to handle version controlling. Okay, how to use Git, how to use GitHub. Okay, suppose if you are using GitHub, so obviously someone would always know that, yeah, you know Git also if you are using GitHub, right? So you can see that this really helps a lot, and this brings a very good image. Although I'm just really alternate, I would just say medium average developer, and definitely there are more great developers whose repositories are really updated daily time, and they would be like this light green color. Okay, light green simply means that you are more active, dark green simply means you are less active. So that's also something. So if I want to show my repositories, you can just go to repositories, and suppose if you want to check someone's code, you can just go to their profile, and then you can go to their public repositories. Okay, so there are some public and private repositories. Private is only visible to me if I'm logged in, but public is like, yeah, anyone can see these repositories. So if you visit my profile and in the repositories, you can check out any repository, right? For example, we have this MERN tutorials repository. Inside this we are working right now, right? So yeah, you will get the complete source code also. You can share the complete source code to your friends, anyone. So you can see that we have my file.html here, and it has some code. So it's really easy to see this code, and I can share it with my friends, and my friends can also collaborate with me for this, right? So it's really fun, and I hope you would be using this a lot. So suppose now you created a GitHub account like this. So first of all, you need to connect this GitHub account to your local laptop or computer, so that you can upload from your local machine to this GitHub repository. Okay, right? So for that, what guys you need to do is you simply need to click on your profile, and here guys you can just search for a few things. I would just go to settings. Okay, just go to settings, and here guys on the left side we see a proper things here. You can just customize your profile if you want to add some social profiles, resume and things like that. You can definitely add things here, right? And this is totally free guys. You can just create an account and everything is free. Yeah, if you want to use some pro features, there are some plans also. You can check out the plans if you are rich enough. Okay, so yeah, I'm always using the free stuff here. So yeah, you can see that we have SSH and GPG keys. So here you just need to go, and you can see that this is my laptop which currently I am using, and this is the key which I have generated. So similar key you have to generate. How are you going to generate this? So first of all, let me just delete this. So you can see that it's asking, yeah, you cannot undo this. So I'm just going to delete this. And now guys, if you are a new developer, you would see something like this, right? You would see something like this. So if I click on new SSH key, so it's a secure shell key which would allow you to make authentication between your local computer to this GitHub account. Okay, so I can just name it anything. So suppose this is my laptop, I can just create this with my other laptop also. I can just give access to my other laptop also. So all of the people would have access to your GitHub account. Okay, all of the laptops would have access to your GitHub account. I'm just creating it for one laptop, that means this specific laptop which I'm using. Suppose if I want to use it for my laptop too, so with that laptop too, I have to open this same GitHub account and I have to do the same process. Okay, but right now let's suppose I'm gonna name it as my laptop name so that I can remember whose laptop it is, whose connection it is. So I'm just gonna name it like this. Okay, Asus Stuff F17, this is my laptop. And guys, inside this you just need to paste a key. Okay, you just need to paste a key. Now how you are going to paste a key, that's a big question. Okay, that's a big question. So let me just go here. First one, I'm not adding anything. You can see that there are some documentation, so you can just go to this documentation. Okay, I'll just click on this, and you can see this is a very great documentation. What you need to do is you can simply see that we are generating a new SSH key and adding it to the SSH agent. So if I click on this, you can see that there are some instructions. You can read these instructions. Right now you can see that first of all it's asking me to type this command where? In my git bash, that means in my local machine. So here that is git bash. This you can just open git bash by typing git bash here, and it would open something like this, right? So here I would just need to paste this command. So I'm simply going to paste this command. So you can see SSH keygen, and now guys here you need to add your email address. Okay, that means the account of which your GitHub account is made. So I'm just going to add that account name, account email. So this is also my college ID which I'm been using since I was in college a few years ago. So yeah, I didn't change the email account. So yeah, @net. Okay, so please check again. So I'm just gonna check once more. Okay, now I think that the account is correct. Let me just check my account. Okay. Yes guys, so I have mentioned the correct email account. Okay, sometimes I get too confused with my own accounts, but yes, it's perfect. So now I'm gonna simply click on hit enter. Okay, I'm just simply going to hit enter, and you can see that enter which file to save. So I'm just going to choose this default file. So I'm just going to hit enter, and you can see if there is some previous existing key. You can see that just now I deleted an old key from my GitHub. So yes, I would just delete it from here also. That means override, your new key would be overwritten. And here you just need to just leave it empty, enter passphrase and leave it empty. Okay, so now you can see that your key has been generated. Okay, so once your key has been generated, what you need to do is you can simply go down. Okay, you can simply go down, and right now you followed this step. Okay, you followed this step, and if I go to adding a new SSH, you can just come here, and here you can see that we need to just copy this command. Okay, copy this command, and we can simply paste this command. Okay, we can simply paste this command. Let me just hit enter, and now you can see that the key has been copied. Now since the key has been copied, what you need to do is you can simply add that key to your GitHub. Okay, so let me just take you back to the page which we were on, where we were adding the key. Okay, so if I just go back, and I think I need to just visit. Okay, this was the page, right? So in the settings, you just need to go to the setting. You would see some page like this. In SSH key sections, you would see something like this. Simply click on new SSH key, and if I just press Ctrl V, so you can see I have a new key which came automatically. That means, yeah, you copied and pasted this key from your git bash. Automatically it would be copied using this clip command. You just need to paste it here. Now I can just give it title ASUS tough 17. You can just name it anything so that you can remember the for what laptop which key was there. Okay, so I would simply click on add SSH key. So you can see now, since it's added, you can see that now it's working perfectly. Now it's added. Okay, so since now it's added, you can now have a proper connection between your GitHub account. Now to test this, how you can test this, let me just do one thing for you. Okay, so here I would just go to my repositories. In your account you can go to your repositories, right? So here guys, you can simply click on new repository, and here I would just say my test repo 1. Okay, I can name it something like this. You can see this repository name is available right now. I'm keeping it public. That means anyone who views my profile can see this repository. If you want to keep it private, you can definitely keep it private, and later on it can also be changed. If you want to change it later, you can change it easily. And here are some options. Add a readme file. If you want to add a readme file to just give some instructions, you can definitely add it, but right now I'm just going to skip it. And you can see that we have one git ignore file also. If you want to add, you can add git ignore file also, but right now I'm just skipping it. Okay, later on we're going to discuss this, what's the purpose of git ignore and how we can use it for like saving a lot of security. Like we can add security features using git ignore. Okay, that means we are not going to upload unnecessary files that would be mentioned inside git ignore. Okay, so right now I'm just simply going to create repository. I'm not making any change here. You can give a description also, by the way. So here you can see that we have some set of commands. Right now you might not know these commands, but in future you're gonna use these a lot. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm just going to copy this, and you can see that this is git bash. I'm just going to close it here first of all. Okay, so now guys, since every one of you has installed VS Code, in my previous modules I have taught how you can install VS Code. So assuming that you have VS Code, what you're gonna do is, suppose we were working on this specific folder. Okay, so I'm just gonna say let's create here a new folder. Okay, and I'm just gonna say that test folder, and I'm just gonna name it like 1. Okay, something like this. Okay, so I can just name it anything, and here I'll just create a new text file. Okay, so I would just create a new text file, and I'm just gonna name it as imp file. Okay, so if I hit this, you can see that this, okay, there is an issue with my file manager, this txt type of file. So I'm just simply going to open this with VS Code. That would be better. So you can see, suppose this is the file. I've just written some code here, and I can create one more file here, index.html. Okay, and here I can just write some HTML code. Okay, so for that I can just press this. Okay, I can just write this boilerplate, and I can just write an h1 tag, and I'm just gonna say this is a website. Okay, this is a website, right? So you can see that similarly you can write any code. You can write React.js code, whatever code you want. You can create folders also. So imp folder. Okay, inside this also you can have any type of files, not only this txt or html or react.js file. You can have video or images also. You like, it's like you can use this as your cloud storage also. Suppose if you don't know where you can put your videos or folders or photos, you can simply upload it to GitHub. It's a complete unlimited storage, and I use this a lot. Okay, I can make a public or private repository for my personal photos or videos. I can just make a private repository, and I can just dump it there. Okay, so it's very helpful, and like it's like a backup. Okay, so it's very helpful, right? So here you can just say that here also I can create a new file. I'm just gonna name it as index.css. Okay, I can upload some css file also. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that star, this is some css code. So I'm just gonna say default margin is 0, and padding is also 0, something like this. So you can see that this is test folder 1 is my complete project folder. Okay, this folder, I want to upload this folder to my GitHub. Okay, so what I can do is I can simply go to terminal, new terminal, and this would act as my git bash also. Okay, so what you did in git bash, you can do the same in here also. I would just test it. So git dash v, so you can see I got the version. That means everything which you did in git bash you can still do here. Okay, there is no issue. Okay, so I'm just going to paste those commands which I copied from my GitHub repository. So I'm just going to say that I want to add all the files. So for that you just write git add dot. Okay, and this would be some commit message. You can change this message later on. We're going to discuss this, what's exactly is this message for. Okay, but right now I'm just going to hit enter to see if it's working or not. So you can see that yeah, it successfully uploaded the code. You can see that everything is done. Now let me just take you here, and this was the repository which we created. If I refresh this, you can see guys that now my folder imp folder is also there, and the index.html file is also here, imp file is also here. So you can see that you can have anything. Okay, you can have anything, right? So now we know that our GitHub is properly connected. In the upcoming videos we're going to discuss the commands properly, how you can use command to update this code. Later on you can update this also. Like, there are a lot of things which we're going to discuss later, but I hope you understood this, how we can actually connect my GitHub account to my local laptop. Okay, but yes, if you try to do these commands, if you try to use these commands without actually connecting your SSH key, without providing your SSH key to the GitHub account, you can't do this. This would throw an error. Today guys, I hope you understood this basic connection between Git and GitHub. I will see you in the next one. We'll be discussing a lot more commands in future. Till then, see you, have a good day. Bye bye.